as we return back to the plane of water, we continue on the journey in order to restore peace in Kivik. How do you have Bernie? That's weird. In our last session, the trio, accompanied by the fish prince, returned to the plane of water and met up with King Tempus. As they spoke with him, a little bit of information was exchanged as the group was able to understand that there might be an underlying plot going on with some of the nefarious creatures that reside in our plane as well as the plane of fire. At another part, it comes to find out that the plane of water has tried guarding itself, but didn't do such a good job in finding all of the locations of the teleportations. And a group, including Locke, was met with an unsavory creature that lies in the deep, as Ingle and Bernie stayed behind, fearing that they wouldn't be able to breathe as they were running out of concoctions. And they were able to understand a little bit more of what happened in the dungeons in the Plane of Fire. As the trio regrouped, they got a better understanding of what the bond really means, and that this bond revolves around making a lifelong pact to carry out one particular task. And in this case, it's to erase all information that exists about the portal code to the plane of water. As we rejoin them, they are in final communication with the plane of water before they depart.
Yeah, so doing what we did with the portals now, is that satisfactory? Are we good on that part of the requirements of the deal?
Okay, one second. My father said, he still wants to know how to destroy these portals. Have you heard of any information?
Okay, so we've never done it. We have found plans by actually I guess an evil group you would call them. I don't know if you know about them, the Hidden Hand. We've like found and stolen some of their plans for a device to destroy portals with a bomb. So we assume a bomb will work. The problem here is that we don't have any bombs that work underwater. So I don't know how we would destroy the ones here.
How does the bomb work?
You light fire to it, and the fire burns, and then it ignites a mixture inside that explodes.
Okay. We might have a way to make that work. How sure are you the bomb will destroy?
Well, up until we heard your tales of trying with those fish, those sawing fish, you were pretty sure, but now I'm actually like 60%.
He says that's better than the progress they've made so far. But I think it's acceptable.
Engel, we did plan, or I mean, one of the things we got to do is return to the plane of fire to get that item we're looking for, right? So, do
Yeah,
we want to do that during the attack, or how do we want to organize all that?
might be best to, because they'll be focused on the forefront or on the front, you know, trying to take us down, and we can swoop in the back and
Yeah, the
try to
problem
grab
is
it.
that at the same time we're supposed to also be making sure that they don't get that weapon that they came to our plane for, the sword or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I don't know. Splitting the party is always bad. I guess we could trust the people from the school. I mean, they already know about it as well. I don't think we should tell everyone that's fighting about what they've come looking for, but the school guys could keep an eye out for that and try to also make sure that they don't leave with it. Maybe send us a message if like one of the fire guys grabs it and runs towards the portal with it, then we know we need to intercept. That could work. Because if we are doing
yeah,
that, if we are going to the plane of fire, then we did also plan on destroying the portal on the way out. Which means we would then, I mean, I don't know how we could confirm, but we would at least be dropping bombs on it. I don't know if there's some way for us to then know if it actually worked or not. Oh, actually, we can then just try to return to that portal from one of ours and see if it works. I would assume if the portal is broken, you can't go there either, right? I mean, that's why the fish people want to destroy their portals in the first place, so people can't come.
mm,
Yeah, I'll turn back towards the prince and I'll be like, we
yeah.
are not 100% sure how fight is gonna turn out, but it's possible that we get a chance to test the bomb theory then already. We might not, we might, but there is a possibility.
Do
And then you
you
could let me
have
know
these
if it works.
bombs? Do you
We
have
have,
these bombs on you?
well, yeah, somewhat. I don't have them in my backpack because they would be waterlogged, but I have them in my bag of holding, so I can't take them out here underwater, flood the bag. But yeah, I have some.
How did you get them?
Um, there was, well, I got them as hand-me-downs basically, but I know that the party initially got them from a woman that made them, that they met in a dungeon.
Okay. Huh. Uh, so what should I tell my father?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess, it's not, we can make it part of the deal because we don't know anything for certain. We can't promise him anything about it, but you can tell him that while we do not want to make binding agreements on that, we understand his desire and we are interested in helping him if we are able to, just out of our own goodwill.
Okay. Well, he said if a bomb does work, he wants all but one of the teleports destroyed. And, if not, then he wants some sort of protection, uh, in case we need to put up more barriers.
Mm.
Yeah, again, I don't think we can promise anything, but we are absolutely willing to help with that.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. He says that's good. But the last thing, I guess, is the bond.
Yes. About that, when or if the relations between you and the people from Tordi end up working out, is it possible to include like an exception in the bond that we won't destroy it if we, I don't know, see that the Lord knows about it or something like that?
What do you mean?
If you want to set up relationships with the Lord of Tordia, which we were talking about sending an envoy, that I would have guessed at least that the Lord of Tordia would need to know your portal code, right? Or would you only want to come to our plane and never have anyone come from there to yours?
Hmm. What did you say the place was?
Tordia,
Uh,
you mean?
Tordia. He said, pretty much, yes, but, he will need, some soil from the Tordia.
Don't have any on me, but maybe to initialize you guys setting up relationships after your people come to our plane to fight, maybe you make sure you take someone along that will then, instead of coming back here, travel to Tordia as an envoy and present your father's opinions and offers and make deals on his behalf.
Before we can offer help, I think my father wants the bond first. And to not have this effect, we would need soil from the area. And when in presence, then, well, it wouldn't work.
Or the bond would be excluded for that kind of soil in the area.
At least
Is that what you're
that
saying?
particular area.
Okay.
Not so much the soil. So when you're in the area, then the spell doesn't work, or the bond is allowed.
Do we have any soil from there? I mean, how much do you need? Is it enough to like check our boots and see if we have some on ourselves, or?
Given as you guys have been swimming, everything is kind of swashed around and stuff. Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, a handful would work.
We don't have that, do we, Engel?
No. Anything that we would have, would it be, or unless it's in like the bag of holding, and even then opening the bag of holding underwater would be a very bad idea. But yeah, no. Yes. We can get you a bag of we can get you soil. Although technically, if they were to come with us, they can get soil themselves as well too from our
But
plane.
they don't want to leave to go fight before the pact, so they're not going to come with us yet.
DM side note: how many of you guys have Locke? You don't need to breathe underwater. You're fine.
Yeah.
How many of you guys have
Yeah.
stuff left to breathe and speak underwater?
I'm at the end
Okay.
of my speaking stuff. I think I have one more because Locke gave both me and Bernie an extra one
Okay.
for breathing, but for speaking, I think I'm done.
Okay. And I'm guessing Bernie would have the same amount as you.
It's possible.
Possible, yeah. Locke, how about you?
I have 2 speaking potions and 2 herbs for breathing left.
Okay.
Especially
Alright.
the herbs I don't really need for myself.
You talked in my head before, yes?
Yes.
Can you do that to your people?
Yes.
Can they get the soil for you?
They don't know any of the portal codes. You mean you would want them to bring it here?
Maybe we could go to the tree and they can throw.
Alright. We could do that, yeah.
And you see him kind of like slowly shake his head in agreement. Agreements. He said it's okay.
Okay, then let's go to the portal, I guess, to go grab that.
Okay.
I'll wait until we're at the portal, and then once we're there, I'll message, let's say, the Lord or Bram. Think of the exact message because of the word limit. Type it out.
Okay.
I have short hands and feet.
Don't worry, it's taking me a little minute to get enough people over there. Yeah. The heck is the prince? Oh, there we go. Okay, as you gather around the teleportation, actually, yeah, the prince kind of moves over to his father. La 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 la. Will my father be joining you?
Up to him, really, if he wants to. We can do the pact back here, or we can do it out in the air if that works as well. He can come along or not, up to him.
La 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 la. The king kind of just nods his head. La 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 la.
Just to make sure there's no misunderstandings, everyone is aware that we're about to teleport into open air, not water.
The king looks over. and says a few things to all his guards. The guards start going back outside the portal.
You let me know when.
Okay, it's just the five of you guys. Ready to go.
I asked the prince for confirmation, or did he just tell me ready to go? Or
He did, yeah.
okay. Then yeah,
He's
I'll
nice about
enter the code for the Dark Mountain.
Okay. As you do, let's go back over to... Actually, wait a minute. Let me make people over here unique.
Also, while people were arriving here, I am sending out that message. I've written it out now. It's waterfolk seem agreeable, but require some handfuls of soil from Tordia for a pact between us and them. Please throw through tree in 20 minutes.
Okay.
That's what I sent to Lord Brown.
Alright. Waterfolk seem agreeable, but require some handfuls of soil. And can he respond? Or did you just send a message?
He can respond, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because you counted out the words, yeah. Waterfolk seem agreeable, but some handfuls of soil for 20 for a pact between us and them, please.
Oh, also, I think, let me double check. I think across realm there is a small percentage chance that it doesn't work, but look up the spell. Here. If the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Okay.
So do I get a response at all?
I'm typing now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of worried we're not going to get a long rest before the fight, because I'm going to use up all my 3rd level spell slots for messaging everyone to get here.
Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. There you go. As you send the message, it takes a couple seconds for a response, but you hear inside your mind, understood, great work. Stick hand through tree to collect, or no hand if I should walk through. Secret Alma has new information.
I'll inform Engel of that, of the response I got.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The Lord just answered. I messaged him, and well, first of all, yeah, he's willing to give us the soil, no problem there. He also said that Seeker Alma had apparently has some new information, and he offered to, instead of just sending the soil through, to come through the portal if we want that. Yes, he could give us that information then if he came through.
I guess we'll have to know. We'll have to figure out if the king is willing to talk to him now, or
That's one thing. The other thing is, I mean, he offered, so I'm guessing he's fine with it and is aware of it. But if he comes through, then
Yeah.
his portal guy can't open another portal until the day after. So he would have to stay here for the night, unless he has some other way of getting back that we don't actually know about, I guess.
I mean, there's always the long way of getting back, but that's actually longer.
But that's even more than a day, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the long way of getting back.
Yeah, but I mean, it's in
I
friendly
personally
territory.
don't.
I'm not worried about him.
Yeah, no, me too. Like I said, my only thing is if the king's up for it, and when I say king, I'm talking about went to what's his name's dad.
Yeah, we can ask him.
As you cross over to the other side, a few of you that had been swimming fall straight down one or two feet and almost stumble as you are met with the ground, and soaking water just spills out of all your pockets and empty kind of areas.
What map are we going to? Real quick.
Oh, I'll pull you over. Oh boy, there we go. There you go. As you land on your feet, you feel your boots kind of sloshy, your clothes wet, and you're back to breathing fresh air again. You immediately notice the king kind of like gasp for a couple seconds, and then like look up into the sky, and you see his gills kind of close up as he begins breathing somewhat like a human.
Right, welcome. Prince, I just heard back from the Lord from Tordia. He has some new information for us anyways, and seems that he would be willing to come here to relay that to us. And given that opportunity, do you think your father would be agreeable to already meeting him?
I'll ask.
Talk with him?
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Does anyone have any water?
Heck.
I do not.
We have water skins. I'm sure those are full now. Yeah, I'll hand in my water
True,
skin.
actually, yeah, you're right. You see, I have a water skin in my inventory.
A king, you see his like throat kind of open up for a second, and you see just like a bunch of water kind of fill into his mouth as he kind of tilts his head back, and you hear him speak in the same exact tone as before. Blah 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 blah. Water, please. Anybody?
Yeah,
I got
give
water.
him my water, or Emil, whoever.
Goes over and gets the water. He takes a little sip of it and then hands it back. Tordio. He said that would be a very nice way of greeting us to the plane of air, or the plane of material plane, after so long. The land world.
Okay. Get to where that portal is gonna be. We just need to take a little trip, walk down a mountain, and it's at the foot of it. You remember where it is, Prince?
Yes. And you see him kind of like try and walk fast, and you see him kind of like stumble. Land. Okay. And you see him.
Careful, don't step on that line there. Also, should let your father know that. You need to jump over this line here.
Okay. And you see him kind of just walk over where you pointed out. And the king just kind of like... You see the king just kind of hop. Bonk. But you guys can start walking. Yeah, you can if you want.
Jump
Yeah.
over.
I crashed.
Ingle? Oh, Ingle, you can just jump over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, great. So as you guys make your way down, it only took about, since there was a little bit of a hurry, about 10 minutes. So the Lord is coming back?
Yeah, he's gonna come over to this side. He offered, so I'm sure he knows the consequences. And yeah, we would like to talk to him and have you meet him.
Oh, great.
5 minutes now, I'm guessing. Maybe 5 minutes for us to get to the other side and talk. 10 minutes to walk down. We gave him 20. Not much longer.
Okay. Actually, let me jump over to Tordia. I don't have the king saved for some reason. I don't know why. Galmoon. 1 second. For the Lord, not king. We'll make unique. Cool. All right. As you spend the last few minutes, you hear or see the king and the prince talking in their native language. Just then, while they're talking, you see the portal open up, and about 1 or 2 seconds passes by as nothing seems to happen. When... Where is he? Got him. Alright. As a couple seconds passes by, you see the king run through, or the Lord run through. Oh, wow. I have not done that in some time. Hello. Would you... And he kind of like, he motions to King Tempest.
Lord Bram meet King Tempest, and I mean, his son you've already met. He will be translating.
Yes.
And King Tempest meet Lord Bram.
The prince kind of steps up and translates for you, as he kind of like looks at you a little bit sideways. Tortia, and he continues on for like a good 2 minutes as he's making this very long and lengthy kind of introduction. And then you see the king kind of slowly go towards the ground and kind of angle his head likewise. The king follows suit as he lowers his whole body down, putting his hands on the ground, and then lowering his head. They both raise their left hands and extend out and touch palm to palm. The king reaches forward into his pocket, and you see him start spreading this kind of like water skin of water against the ground between them. And then you see the king grab some soil from the ground, and he starts spreading between them as well on the water. They both stand up, and they kind of nod one last time. Oh, perfect, that went well. Oh, it's good to see you. Yes, hello, my friend. It's been too long. Ingle, Locke, and Bernie. It's good to see all of you again.
You too.
Good to see you too.
So, what's this about soil?
I mean, I'm guessing you're gonna learn about it yourself soon when you talk to him. But the Lord of the King of the Waterfolk would prefer his realm to be as inaccessible as possible from other realms. He is willing to keep open one channel to talk with you, but one of the things he asked for us in exchange for helping fight the Plane of Fire people is that we undergo a pact that will make it so whenever we encounter the portal code that leads to the water realm in the future, we will be compelled to attempt to erase or destroy or, to remove any trace that we can find off the code. And
Yes, I see.
since he is willing to set up communications with Tordia specifically, I asked if there was some way of excluding. Essentially, initially I just said excluding you from that rule, so we wouldn't have to strike it out if you had it in your records. He then said if we got some soil from Tordia, we could make the pact so that whenever you're in the vicinity of, the origin of that soil, so basically in the vicinity of Tordia, that pact will, not hold, be able to keep records, and we wouldn't try to remove them.
I see. So you will be taking the bond.
Yes, it's the
Yes,
plan.
we will. Yes.
Good. It's been quite some time since we've had any friendship and ally within the plane of water. So it took a little bit of research to brush up on some of the diplomacy. But I think one of the scholars was able to glean a little bit more about the bond. And that's suitable. I think if the king would want, I too would be inclined to take the bond. You see the prince kind of his already beady eyes kind of stare blankly. Um, ah. The king kind of looks a little surprised and responds, blah, 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 blah. And you see him kind of reach down and kind of just put his hands in the mud they created together. And the Lord does the same as he kind of puts his hand deep into it and returns with muddy palms. Blah 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 blah. My father is very pleased. He was a little afraid that the relations might have been a little what's the one where milk is bad?
Soiled or spoiled.
Spoiled. Oh, no. Not in the least. I definitely we have a friendship within the water, within the plane of water. Okay. Ingle, Locke. What is the plan?
Well,
Um,
do we have to do the bond first, right here? Or
Oh, no, the bond is back in the plane of water.
okay.
then we'll have to return there. Yeah, but
Uh,
afterwards, yeah, we come back here with the water people. We grab the air people. We inform the school of magic, and then we all travel to what's the name of the small town? To
Do you
Kivik.
mean Kivik?
Yeah, that's the one.
I see. All right. I think this will be okay. Before we do head up, or yeah, up, I think. There is some business to discuss. If and he kind of looks over. Tell your father, we need to discuss something important, and our lovely friend Bernie here would be a great companion while we took care of some business. You see Bernie kind of like turn back and like take some water and like take a sip of it, and he does his best. Blah 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 blah. Ah, huh. Okay. Uh, all right. Yeah, he says it's okay. Perfect. Uh, let's find somewhere a little bit more private. Bernie
Right.
kind of steps across. Okay, I guess
You
follow
want
me.
us to find somewhere? Oh, okay.
He kind of looks around, maybe just a little bit further. So, we. Are you okay, Engel? We.
Still have my sea legs.
I
Sorry.
see. You're trying to swim on the cobbles. We spoke with Alma, and we want to somehow make somewhere safe where a portal would not be so exposed. We see this mountain, and we know of a few other locations where portals are. And having them so out in the open is a little bit worrisome. We think that maybe we can set up and establish a base around a portal, or see if we can relocate one. There are some texts and scripts that Alma has been poring herself over for the last several days, and she finally contacted me and said there might be a way.
You would intend to then close all the other portals?
We would hope to, if not enclose, possibly destroy. If there is a place too dangerous to enclose and not possible to relocate, then I think we would need to destroy that as well.
All right.
So, yes.
No, go ahead first.
So, I know we have Kivik to focus on for now, but we know you've seen useful, more secure places. We know you've been kind of exploring enough, so we kind of will like to hear your opinions. What do you think, Engel? And what do you think, Locke?
Um,
If we, if
yeah.
if we went with the option of securing one of them, I would think that the one in, what is it, Colby? That city to the far west of your continent. One
Okay.
there might be the easiest because it's underground in a cave with only a single entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, as you might know, that city is opposed to magic. They're not all too happy about us, and I think they're also really not happy about having a portal so close by. So I don't know. You know, that would be, I guess, a bit of a political challenge. And if we move one, then of course we would vote that having it somewhere around Tordia would be good, as that is where we have our own base of operations. But that's, I guess, a bit of a selfish opinion there.
Yeah.
Well, if one were to go to any location, it would be the capital first, followed by maybe a few other locations, possibly one a little bit closer to Barumi, if not most likely Aphion. But I think from much of the news I've been giving the king, we might be able to get one in Tordia.
Okay. Also, for your information, there is already one very close to Appion that we are aware of.
Okay. Well, if you happen to find any more, if you happen to visit any more, we would definitely appreciate further consideration. Alma, she was a seeker in Wamor, so she knows only of other locations, but has not yet seen them.
Yeah, I mean,
Same thing
similar
with us
for us.
too.
I wasn't. Yes?
Go ahead. I'll say there's still one thing that we still haven't figured out is how the people from the fire realm are able to take people, because like it seems like there might be a lot more than we think, and they might have other means of getting through to different places than just using these portals, or
Interesting.
possibility. So even though destroying these is a good idea, it still might not all around save or keep everyone safe.
Interesting.
We did originally think that they simply teleported people from wherever they were into their prison, but we have now realized or found out that they're using networks on other planes to abduct their prisoners the old-fashioned way, if you want to call it that, and then get them somewhere to transport them across planes.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Seeker Alma about this. Maybe there is some sort of magic that might banish people to other planes. This sounds like something she might have mentioned earlier. I wish I would have remembered what she said.
Yeah. As well as there seems to be a little bit of a I wouldn't say a plot, but there is some kind of connection to the people that they kidnap or that they abduct.
What connection have you made?
Just the people that they abduct are all near people of power. The son of a king, obviously. People that are in power, so like the I forgot what was her name, Rosalia, not Rosalia, but it was the name of the teacher that they abduct,
Oh, the teacher.
Marcel.
Arcelia,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, she was one of their strongest, more capable teachers there.
But not the
And a bunch of
headmaster.
other, huh?
But not the headmaster. It's always high people, but not the highest.
But
That's
not the
different.
highest person. Yeah, someone closest to the highest person. Yeah.
I see.
And they're always trying to gather information about certain things. So in the case of, I'll make the gesture to them, like their ability to make bonds, and then in the case of the teacher, I guess to go ahead and just figure out like whatever. Well, I mean, we still don't know. It's still have to talk to her, but it's looking that way to where they're trying to figure out certain things from certain people. And without abducting people of power, because if a person of power were to go missing, everyone will freak out. But if someone that's next to them goes missing, it's not going to necessarily be the
So concerning?
widespread and so concerning. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Hmm. Ah, I wish we were able to speak with more of the people you rescued. They didn't quite speak common, so we weren't able to figure out what language they spoke.
Well, there was a few here that we helped get to where they needed to go. I think there was a tabaxi. I think that was here, or that's from here, and yeah, the um teacher from the school, as well as we've already talked to Bernie, and we've yeah, he
Hmm.
hasn't told us much. But I mean, still though, like it's we're just noticing that there is that kind of connection going on. So now it's just a matter of what else are they trying to find.
The creatures you said are from this plane. Where did you send them? Or where were
I
they
think
going?
we have most of them with us still. I think, right? I think the only ones that left were um I think the tabaxi left. Like they knew where to go. And then I think the only ones after that were the teacher, Bernie, and then I forgot where everyone else went.
I,
Are they
the
staying with us
way
or
I
did they stay with
remember
are they
is
staying?
that when we got
Some
here,
of them are. Yeah, go on.
they are in Tordia. The way I remember is that we said that when we arrived here, we said we're currently in Vermore, and anyone who wants to leave here, feel free to. And the other point of starting new journeys we can offer is Tordia, and then we brought the rest to Tordia, and then I'm guessing some of them may have left from there to go back to where they came from, and others that might not know how to get back might have stayed there. But
We still do have several of them that are comfortably resting within the palace walls, but
Okay.
they don't seem to understand our language. And I
That's
don't
something we can fix.
really.
For the most part, if we use the potion, I guess, of the understanding languages or comprehending languages, right?
Okay.
Or
have
I
such a
think too,
potion.
we can.
We used to
Isn't that
have
what
the
we were
helmet,
using
but
to talk to the
I think
to
that
talk to
No, that's the ability to speak in underwater.
yeah, you
Oh,
That's
still
what you
speak
guys are taking.
common. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. So that means we might have to go ahead and find an old friend of ours named Yermagond. He had a
Okay.
helmet that could work. That would work.
I see. Where
Or
did this
somebody else with the same
Yermangand
skill
go?
set. Do you know of the
I
Nagas?
forgot the name of his town.
The Naga. Yeah, they're,
Naga.
I
Yeah.
believe, just east of Samik.
Correct. Yes,
Yes,
Samik. That's right.
somewhere
Yeah.
In
between
the
Samik and
swamps, right?
Torda. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. I've heard enough people go there for some weaponry and stuff.
Yep.
Interesting. So how can this you said your
Yermagon.
was a Yermagon, okay. How can this individual help?
He has a helmet of comprehending or of is it comprehending or understanding languages? I
I don't know,
think right.
something like that.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, but he has a helmet that allows him to understand languages
Okay.
And speak them as well. I think you can also
and speak
cast
them as
tongues
well.
with it, or whatever the spell is.
Okay. Interesting then. I think that would be worth a visit because we, for at least the first day or two, we just set a bunch of different foods and they started eating them, and that's what we kept making. We can't really talk with them, we can't really ask them, we just kind of try and see what they need. But if they have
Yeah.
answers as well, that's more important. Let's see. Well, interesting. How are you on everything else?
Good. I we're still trying to kind of figure things out because we're like trying to, you know, pull we're being pulled in 3 different ways. We're just trying to weather, all this without
Yeah,
going
it's
crazy.
kind of complex. We have to
So
get everyone there to Kavik, and then the other thing is we're not only. I mean, the fire people are here to grab one important artifact, and they already are in possession of another, and we would ideally try to get both, and don't know if we can. It's all pretty complicated.
I see. Artifact. I believe we talked about this earlier, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah. The one they're trying to grab here, you mean? The one they came
Yes.
for? Yeah, that a sword it was, I believe.
If you
Yeah.
need backup, because I'm sure the other planes, I'm sure you haven't told them about this thing yet, have you?
not yet. That's something we kind of figured out when we were in the water plane. So it's not like it's
Okay.
old
Well,
news. So
yeah, we learned about it from the school of magic, so that part he knows about.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, if you need some assistance, I can send some troops with you.
Okay.
If you wanted to break off from the mayhem to secure the artifact.
Yeah, our idea was that maybe we attempt to essentially sneak into the plane of fire while they're focused on the battle around Kivik to grab that one artifact that they already have, and then have people at the battle, specifically the people from the school who are aware of the artifact that's there, be on the lookout for it and to warn us if the fire people manage to essentially take it and run with it, and then we would have to intercept them.
I see. Okay. Well, if you need troops to go with you to the plane of fire, they'll...
Thinking
Probably.
probably yes, but the more people we have, the less sneaky and efficient we are with our attack. So I think we have to strike the right balance. Maybe take some, like a handful of high skilled warriors, and definitely not like, not an army of foot soldiers. That would not serve the purpose.
Well, I think we don't necessarily need to be with you to meet you. And he kind of like looks over his shoulder towards the portal behind him. we can have other means to meet you in the plane of fire.
Or you can get straight to the plane of fire.
Through the portals? I would say so.
True, yeah. That's the other point. Do we want to go there that way? Do we want to send all the fighters to Quebec on their own, and then we stay here at the portal and get to the plane of fire? Or do we go with them and take the portal at Quebec? Something we have to figure out as well.
I would say fight as long as you can, and when the tide starts turning, try and slip away. Or at least make sure everything's taken care of and everyone knows their parts. Because 3 different, I guess we can call them tribes, trying to work together is possibly going to be mayhem. Each one of them is there to assist you two.
Okay.
If the plane of air sees you leave, or the plane of fire sees you leave, that might not bode well. But I believe we can have troops ready. Hopefully in the next, probably tomorrow. We sent word to the king, and he's sending some of his top soldiers.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Well, I can message you. I guess when you know where and how we need them.
They hopefully should be arriving into Tordia sometime soon, and we'll have a little meet on this other side. I think the king also mentioned he spoke with some of the other kings as well.
Right.
So maybe they might send troops along with them.
Dang. That's sounding interesting. We're taking the fight to them. It's actually pretty good. We have our allies take the brunt, so to speak, while fighting them off on this side, and then we still have fresh troops to hunt after them on their own once they retreat. Perhaps we do it that
And
way.
it'll definitely be a little bit of a surprise as they retreat. The enemy is in their territory. I don't think they'll see that coming.
Let's hope they don't.
That's part of the reason why I want to keep it as low-key as possible for when you guys do teleport out of Kivik.
Oh, Engel. Yeah, this is, sorry, unrelated. I just remembered something that I'd previously forgotten about. The bomb lady, you guys brought her to Barumi, and she set up shop in Barumi, from what I remember.
Oh, okay.
She wanted to leave
So
the
we should
dungeon.
probably go visit her in Barumi.
Yeah, but for destroying the portals afterwards. We currently still have. Wait, let me check the bag. We have 18 bombs at the moment. Still quite a few.
Can I see one?
Sure. What?
He takes a look at it. You see him kind of like try and shake it next to his ear. You see him like kind of almost tossing it in the air as he's trying to like feel the weight of it. Okay. secret Alma was telling me something about a certain kind of weight, a certain amount of explosives that will do the damage. And if I can judge based on this alone, I'd say it's best to put down 3 at one time.
Per the console?
Yeah, per teleportation console.
Okay. All right.
So hopefully that'll work. Well, here you go. When you hands it back.
Yeah. We'll probably have to get with what's the name in Brumi, so see if we have any or see if she can make any waterproof ones
Why waterproof?
for the King Titan over there.
Oh, King Tempest?
King Tempest, I'm sorry. Tempest.
Yeah.
He wants to destroy all but one of his worlds, but he did say that they might have a way of making our bombs work, so we might just
Okay.
those and let them work, whatever.
We'll say the waterproof ones is a plan B in case ours don't work underwater.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright then. Well, hopefully we can figure out the last information about trying to relocate these portals. Because if that's the case, maybe we can do that with at least one of the portals on the plane of water. And possibly just scoop them up and bring them here.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright then. Well,
Do you happen to know the stance of the plane of air and or the plane of water on necromancy?
I don't think they have anything against it. You might want to ask the prince, but I haven't heard anything where they're against certain uses of magic.
Because the plan was to have skeletons hold on to the bombs as we leave the plane of fire, and then after we left, have them walk up to the console and blow up the bombs.
That's a good idea.
But the best way I know of ensuring that I actually have a skeleton to use there is to take one with me. There are a couple here at the mountain, so I'll have to have them with me during the whole fight and stuff, and try my best to make sure one of them at least survives.
Oh, I see. Okay. Huh. I mean, if that's the case, how do you perform your necromancy?
You mean by which method I raise them, or what do you mean how you perform?
Yeah, like, does that take any energy out of you?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
It takes more energy to initially take control than it does to remain in control, so I mean, I also have to send messages to a whole bunch of people to get them ready for the fight. I really hope that the fighting takes place tomorrow and not yet today. I could still rest.
No, I think, yeah, we definitely need to wait for our soldiers to arrive to Tordia. And I think that might be very much tomorrow. The last message we got from them by way of Hawk is seeming like they'll be arriving sometime in the morning.
Yeah. Going to the fireplace plane, yeah, for sure, because of your soldiers, but I don't know how fast the water and airplane people can get from here to Kiwi, because we're bringing everyone in here and then traveling north.
Thankfully, I mean, if you're bringing them with you, you can just teleport into Kavik.
using their portal, you mean there?
Oh, we'll at least round them up here, and once they're all collected, just send waves of them through as they take battle, come back and take the rest of them.
True.
I think they
Yeah,
should be
definitely
able
don't get
to...
to rest before.
Oh, why?
Because they're all coming today.
Okay.
I don't think...
Mm-hmm.
I don't think one person being at their full strength is worth giving the fire people a whole other day to search for the artifact they came for. There is considerable
in
time.
order to get everything in place, at least I know it's going to take a while for us to get ready as well.
I guess. Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll check
You can
with the
send the
King.
messages. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we can check with King Tempest and see how long it would even take him to get his people ready to fight. Might be tomorrow anyways, and then that answers the whole question.
I see. Well, I want to make sure everything's in place, especially if you're going to be sending messages. You will need to have full strength in order to, again, you too will be leading. Everyone is there pretty much for you too. The agreement you made with the plane of air, the bond you'll be taking with the plane of water, and anything else you might have discussed with the school. If they see you guys napping, I don't think they're going to stick around too long.
I mean, I don't want to say this, but we might have to switch, or we might have to split up. I mean, so if you want, I could stay in the front. If you want to go ahead and run in the back and try to get the pickaxe with Bernie, or the item in a fire plane. But yeah.
I mean, if we...
Or do you want to stay in front and I do it? Which one?
I mean, since we now are going to end up having lots of backup, even on the plane of fire side, I don't think we necessarily need to do it while the main fight is going on. We can fight with the air and water people until we've forced the fire plane folks to retreat, and as soon as they start retreating, we inform Lord Bran here, and then they can send their people to the plane of fire to essentially, fight them from their backs as they're retreating, or however you want to call it. They'd retreat into fresh, strong troops. And then we wouldn't have to do the whole sneaking thing.
I see.
Up to you.
Hmm.
Up to you. That wouldn't be too bad.
Well, I trust that for everything that three of us have been through so far, there hasn't been a time where I felt let down by any of the group that you all were with. With Lena, with Nim, with anyone. It's definitely been something I can trust you guys with. The king, he's starting to come around as well. But he does want his troops present.
Okay.
One more thing I should do now before I forget about it is before we do the pact, I'm gonna open our own notes and double check outside of game, speaking to the DM. The
Sure.
code that we have for the water plane is not actually translated to water, it's translated to warred. I think that you said was by mistake, right?
Yes. But that's
Okay,
the new
so-
that's the code as it is.
Okay, because
Yeah.
we're gonna have to strike it out and remember it, and fortunately the code word is pretty easy to remember. But you know, in the future when we're at a portal and I say I enter the code, do I have to like translate it into numbers, or can I just say I enter water? Or but if I need to translate it into numbers, I need to also remember that, you know, that like mix up. And if I'm translating it into, or if I'm just saying the word, then I can just say water.
You can say, so as kind of like what I would imagine you would do is you'd have to close your eyes touching the console, and you can just say, as an outside DM kind of thing, or outside a game kind of thing, just that location you're going to. Like, I'm going to the plane of water. Like, it's fine.
Right.
But like in-game wise, I would imagine Engel and Locke having to close their eyes and push the numbers and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So out of game, it's still fine.
Right. Well, I'll still go ahead and remove that from our notes so that we don't end up destroying our entire notebooks. And I'll just completely strike out the code, like, so it's completely legible, not just a line through it. And next to it, I'll write like,
so
you know it.
In your actual notes, like on your computer, you can keep the plane of. No. You can keep it in there.
Oh.
Like just kind of put brackets around it and know that you, or like put like a little brackets to next to it and say, not actually in the book, but you can keep it. It's fine. Because again, like if you're sitting there and let's say your character tomorrow, in-game tomorrow, could be like 2 weeks from now, you know.
Yeah.
So your character would remember it, but you, the player, might not.
Okay.
So keep it in there.
We could have remembered because it's just water, but yeah, it might have been for other one a problem.
Well, like the reason I want you to keep it in there is because, like, if you do start hearing the numbers, then you'll be like, oh, well, that seems fine, but you would have to react as your character. So the player should remember the numbers because the character is remembering them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still going to ask you to roll to see the severity of an action. So that will be enough of a reminder, but playing it safe.
But yeah, then my character would have now started that from the record in the paper notebook and also my other one.
And as he sees what you're doing, oh wait. Let me just see the number first. I need to make a note mentally.
Right, here we go.
He takes a look at it. Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I think
right.
We've talked about this before, but as a reminder, you know, it works with code words, and then the numbers are basically the alphabetical order of the letters. So, you know, the code word here, water, pretty easy to remember.
Okay, water. All right. Perfect. I will want to keep this for later in case we do need to call upon the plane of water. Hopefully, we'll just remain allies, but maybe we'll need to be reliant upon each other at some point. Plus, it would be nice to visit the king now and then.
Yeah, I think
All right.
we have a lot to learn from each other.
Oh, sorry. What's that?
You know, your peoples have a lot to learn from each other.
Yes, especially a lot of their customs. It's they're very friendly. The custom we did earlier with water and mixing it together with the soil. It's a very rich history about it, and it's quite moving to learn about.
Yeah, imagine.
Well, I think I have some questions for Alma in the future then.
All right.
What will you guys be doing?
Well, I think now we have to. Well, I guess. I guess we will have to get more of the water breathing stuff. Or I think. Oh no, I have one more. I think right, but I can't talk when we go back.
How
for
long
the
can you hold your breath?
Let me see. Let me check my constitution.
You got
5
the you got the potions and stuff from Alma, right? Or am I wrong?
No, we got it from the school. We had to make it at the
From
school.
the school. Okay,
Yeah, Alma. Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. But the problem is that we only have a certain amount. Because like, so essentially, I think I have enough potion. I have a potion for me to go back. I can't talk.
Okay.
The thing is,
Okay.
if you can hold your breath for 1 minute and 6 seconds or longer, then that gives me time to cast water breathing. Wait, how long does casting as a ritual take? Is it
10
Uh,
minutes.
just a
10
minute?
minutes, yeah. Yeah, 10
10
minutes. Yes.
Oh no, then you can't hold your breath for that long. I thought
No.
it was 1 minute
No.
plus usual time. Okay, no, then we would, yeah, then we have to. So otherwise, we would, I would just have to take one to be able to speak, and that would allow me to cast underwater. Get you breathing.
I see. Well then,
Pretty much. Yeah.
Is there anything you need me to pass on when I speak with Alma again? Or anything you need me to look into?
Yeah. How was the whole?
Nothing from me. I'll anything from you all.
We had that whole thing with the magic chest, right? I think you have that one. The tiny toy chest. It becomes a big chest that's linked to the one at our house.
I think. Yes, the secret box. Yes, I have it.
Yes, and I think currently it's still a regular chest, and we were talking with Alma about her making it into the same kind of magic chest that she has, where it's kind of like a bag of holding, more space on the inside.
Okay.
I mean, there's not really any time pressure on that, but I guess I'd still like to know what that currently stands at.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask her then. I see. And this chest, if you put something inside it, it gets teleported to Tordia?
Kind of. It gets teleported to well, actually, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I'm pretty sure it works like the bag of holding, where it gets teleported to an extra planar space, and then the thing about this one is just that there's two access points to it. Instead of just accessing it from one bag of holding like usual with this, you can access it from both chests, the one in Tordia and the one that Engel has.
What size is it currently? What size are both of them?
We had it. I think. Let me double check. I think in my spell book, I think the spell gives the maximum size. Here must be not in the prepared ones, but I have it somewhere. Secret chest. Chest can contain up to 12 cubic feet, 3 by 2 by
No,
2.
how big is the chest? I'm saying, this chest itself. That's what the Lord is asking.
Oh well, if it's big, it's 3 by 2 by 2, and if it's in a small state, then angle you can pull it out. It's like a little toy chest, like a couple inches.
Yeah, I'll show him. I'll pull it out and show him.
Okay. So would that be? I don't know if I ruled or not. Would that be big enough to climb into?
I don't think so.
3 by 2 by
Right?
2. That's probably too small.
3 feet, really?
Yeah, it's 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. That fit someone?
I mean, I know I probably can't fit it
I don't
because I'm a
really
little
know
on the
feet
broad
that
side.
well. As a European, they don't have an intuitive understanding of how big that is.
Well, I mean, like, the average door frame is like... I wish I had a ruler or something like that. Oh, I do. Right here in front of me. That'd be 36? Yeah, you can definitely... 3 feet?
Well, 3 by what though? That's the thing. Three by what?
3 by
You
2
said
by
3 by
2.
3 by 2.
3 by 2
3 by 2 by 2.
That's huge!
Pretty big, yeah. I also have a rule around now, and I looked up what it is in centimeters.
Oh, I was gonna say, hang on, but do you have it in freedom measurements?
You get out of here! Yeah, 3 by 3. Like, so, just to understand the, I guess, magic of it, when you open up the chest, it's already the portal to the plane, or you have to close it and then it gets sent to the portal?
Let me read it. Or I guess I can just copy paste the description into Discord.
Because if you said the plane itself is like, how many cubic feet you said the actual plane is, it wouldn't be able to fit inside. You'd have to just have a portal. Oh wait, let me read this first. 1 second. Yeah. How to chest?
I'll say, and also mention too, if it's 2 feet, 2 feet's where broadwise, I think if I remember correctly, it's a foot is what, 12 inches, right? So 2 feet should be 24 inches, and yeah, I mean, I know for me, broadwise, I can't fit in there.
Well,
personally, and I think
the whole thing I'm thinking of, this is kind of just outside. This is no longer Lord Brahm. Is if it's just already open, that's the size of the outside of, or that's the size of the chest itself. But if you open the chest, there would just be no bottom. The bottom would go into the ethereal plane. So all you'd have to do is...
No, I think the bottom shows up, and when you close it, it goes to the ethereal plane.
Yeah,
I think,
so
right? Because
so then how could you access the stuff if it's getting thrown into?
You have to wait for the other person to close it, I think, right? Because it teleports it, or it connects to the other one. So as soon as you close it, the other person could open it up on the other and grab it.
I see. So it's not actually...
The thing is that it's a normal chest. It's just a wooden chest. Nothing special about it, really. The thing is that when you activate the spell, the whole chest disappears into the ethereal plane, and you're just left with the little toy chest that you can use to recall it.
I see. Okay. So the little thing is just like a remote kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a beeper for your car to summon it. I guess
Gotcha.
that's not really what
Okay.
cars do, but yeah.
No, that's what they do. Okay. So you'd have to just actually climb inside. There's no like, because I was thinking it's kind of like a bag of holding where you could stuff someone into it, and then there's just another access point where you can climb out of it and be somewhere else. I see.
And the
Because
plan that we had with
I was gonna use that to kind of do something cool for you guys.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it did work like that, but unfortunately,
Well, that's what I was kind of. I mean, you guys are gonna. You said you guys want to have a teleporter installed, so never mind. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah.
And the plan
'Cause-
with Alma was that she had that chest that she kept the whole library in, which was basically a bag of holding but much bigger than
Yes.
the chest.
Yep.
And she said she would enchant that chest that we have used that spell on with the same thing. So then we could send much bigger things.
That's what I was thinking. Because that would mean there would be no bottom. Like it'd be kind of like Fantastic Beasts, where like you open up this briefcase and you can climb inside, kind of nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, I wish.
Well, that's kind of what the spell she has,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be that same size of like you're in a warehouse thing. It's obviously you're in the ethereal plane, extra dimensional.
Makes sense.
I think Locke would probably fit in there because he's pretty slender, not a muscular guy.
Well, the only thing that's really the issue is just 3 feet by 2 feet, because that's the opening. The last 2 feet is just like once you got the bottom taken out, it's just can you fit by 3 by 2? Yeah.
But I think even now, let me see how tall I made him.
Oh no! If you have to close the box, I don't think anyone's gonna fit in that thing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, certainly not Angle. Like I said, he's a little broad.
Yeah, I mean, like with armor and stuff like that, like, and all the gear and all this, like, even I think like a halfling would be fine. But
halfling would be able to.
Yeah.
Or actually, no. I think gnomes would. I think a halfling would have a problem because I know gnomes are they don't they have that trait where they can be considered small even though they're medium. They can get into like tight places. I think
aren't halflings too? Am I insane?
I don't think so.
It's a really big chest, though. Like, there's people that have died because they locked themselves into suitcases.
Yeah, halflings are small too.
Yeah, like they're medium, but they're also considered small. Like or they can fit in the small spaces because I think that's how they have the ability to, like share a space with other like creatures, like friends and stuff like that. They can share a space. I think it's gnomes, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, both gnomes and halflings are small.
Are they? No, I think in 5e they're considered medium.
I'm looking at the rules. It says both are small.
Both small? Okay, no,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Because I remember, I got into this argument in another game, but that's the point.
I think any creature can squeeze into a space that's one smaller than they are, but they get drawbacks from it. Like, I don't remember exactly what the drawbacks are, but essentially you'd be squeezed in there, so you would have less freedom of movement.
Yeah.
It just means that a halfling and whatever else is small could squeeze into a tiny space, which a medium creature could not at all. But a medium creature can squeeze into a small space.
Well, anyway, All right, back to not meta. And break. Yeah, so the Lord kind of takes a look at the objects for the chest and everything. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check up on Seeker Alma and see if there's any progress with that. But I think I'll spend some time with the king, and once it starts getting a little bit later, I think I'll start heading to Barumi and make a little appearance.
Okay.
How will you leave from here again? I think your druid can only do the 3 once a day, right?
Well, I think I'm just gonna hang back in Barumi for the day.
Okay.
Meet up with the king. Meet up with one of the taverns, and possibly have a very nice time.
Do you need to be accompanied to Barumi? I don't know how safe or unsafe the area is at the moment.
For at least what I know, I think it should be okay. If you want, you did say you were going to meet at the bomb lady. That's what you guys said. That's right. So if I guess if we all wanted to make it there, but I don't know how. I think I would need to somehow inform the king that we'd have a visitor.
I guess we can check with King Tempest to see how long he thinks he needs for his people to get ready. And if it is tomorrow, like it might be, then we could, or you could, wait here. Oh no, you're doing the bond too, right? So you're coming with us anyway.
Yes.
Right. Then we could all go there after the bond, while they're getting ready. But
yeah.
I guess
that sounds like a plan for me. Yeah. He starts making his way down. You come back and you hear the prince translating some of the words, and then the king responds, yes, but they can only breathe in the air for so long. They would need to be in water shortly after arriving. Oh, hey. Oh, you're back.
Hi. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. How long can your soldiers stay in the air without or being outside of water? How much time?
Thankfully, you had some water skins, so that really helped. The guards and any of the warriors really haven't, except for the last time we helped, haven't really been out of the water. So, as long as we have some water skins, they'll be okay for some time, but maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and they'll start having trouble breathing.
Would it help your people if it rained?
That could help. I guess if water skins run out, I think, I think rain might be able to help.
I can't do that, but I'm almost certain that the people from the Magic Academy, which are going to be helping, have that ability. Because I know it's within the realm of the possible to make it rain. We'd have to ask them for how long they could make it happen, if at all. But it's
I think,
good to know that we should ask that.
I think once we can make it. Do you remember when I went catch the fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's acceptable. They can swim to Kivik.
How long do you think it would take them to swim there? I can show you on the map here. I don't know if you're able to understand this, but I'll show him, where we are, and I kind of show him some of the distances that. What distances has he walked? Not really many. He's only teleported to True. 40 on back.
Yeah.
So I guess
Well,
that won't be that much help. But...
I remember seeing the wood on the water. The one that holds the people.
Boat.
Yeah. It moves so slowly. We can go so much faster.
Okay.
Can you guess how much faster? 5 times? 2 times? 10 times?
I don't know what that means.
So Locke, you have the map. So do we know if there's a body of water there or close by where we're going, or we need to fight at?
I mean, it's on an island. The island is really big, though. Out of game, real world comparison would be like Madagascar, that kind of thing, probably.
Well, I guess, do we know where exactly on the island they're going to be attacking? Because are they going to be in the center of the island? Or are they going to be on one of the sides? I guess we don't know that yet,
We don't know exactly. I can tell you that on the map, at least, accurate that might be, though so far it's been pretty accurate. The town of Kivik itself is a third of the way into the island. It's kind of narrow, elongated, and on the short side it's about a third of the way in. And the portal is pretty much smack dab in the middle of the island, at least according to the marking we have.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look over towards...
Go on.
Look over towards Barumi, that width from one side of Barumi across the river to the other side of where that little village is.
As he looks over where you're porting, he just kind of sees trees.
Oh, true. Yeah, well, you've seen it from the mountain and you've been there, but that's about how wide the island is. It's about as wide as the continent here is at the point of Barumi.
Okay. Well, Well,
Lord Bram, do you know anything more about this? Have you ever been to Kivik? Because we haven't.
No, I haven't. Any of the times that I've been on diplomatic missions, it's mainly been to meet many of the people in Galmoon. So sometimes I think one of the lords in Rockdale came to visit Galmoon, and I was fortunate enough to speak with him.
Okay, yeah. So then we don't really know how close the water is. You know if there's a river?
If you want, you can watch me swim.
All right. Or another way that you might be able to tell is if you swim for an hour that distance, from what you've seen of ships, how long do you think it would take them to get the same distance?
I don't know what that means.
Okay. So do they even have the same metric of time as us, or no?
No. Remember in the last section, in the last session, it was distance was not measured in actual distance, it was measured in time. So their time was not relative to your time. So he doesn't really
Also-
know. Yeah.
From what we've seen so far, Engel, their culture seems to be less focused on technology and more on like nature, somewhat tribal, you could say. I think they just don't care much about maths. Yes.
If you want, you can watch me swim.
You know what? We can do that in a minute. We do have another question for your father first. After we've done the bond and he starts readying his people to go fight the waterfolk, the people from the plane of fire, how long do you think it's going to take him and his people to be ready? Today or tomorrow or longer?
You see him turn around and you see again, he kind of tilts his head back in order to like recall some of the water in his mouth. Well, he said once the bond is complete, that might take some time. And then after that, maybe I'd say I don't know how to say. It won't be tomorrow. They could have everything ready at, and he kind of looks up in the sky, at almost when it's the morning.
Most when it's the morning? During the night?
Kind of.
Okay, but you're saying faster than tomorrow, earlier than that.
He kind of points at the sun and says, it won't be there.
Tomorrow night then.
Before.
Oh, so early
Tonight,
morning
I guess.
tonight. Yeah.
Like when it's dark here. That's what you mean, right? When you say the sun isn't there.
Oh, he looks up and says, no, there. When the sun is not there.
But
And he
when
kind
the
of like
sun
looks
is
around
here,
for the sun. He kind of like looks around and he kind of points like pretty much toward the horizon and says, it'll be there.
Is he pointing towards the evening side or the morning side?
He's just kind of pointing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the evening then? If not the morning, so the evening?
Before it's the sun again.
Where's the sun again? So morning, okay, before dawn.
Yeah, dawn.
Oh, or around dawn, actually. He pointed that direction. Which is tomorrow for all intents and purposes, so yeah. I guess that means we leave tomorrow, which doesn't mean
For
that
what?
we're gonna go... no, never mind. I don't have to translate this. I'm just talking to my friends.
Oh, okay.
Which means we are going to Barumi later, I guess, after this bonding. And back towards the prince. When he says the bonding might take a while, how long does it take?
He just kind of stares at you blankly.
Okay.
Lord Brom kind of steps in. The ritual takes about 30 to 40 minutes.
Check on our water breathing things because they have a time limit.
I think the water breathing stuff's good for like an hour or two.
That is, yeah.
Breathing is an hour and speaking is 30 minutes. Do we need to speak during the bonding?
Lord Brown kind of steps in. Yeah, there's something you need to recite.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
Does it
'Cause,
need
yeah,
to
we're
be
out of the speaking
verbally
stuff.
recited, or can I speak it into like the king's mind? Perhaps then I wouldn't need a sausage.
I think. How many of the speaking things do you have?
How many do you have, Engel and Bernie? I have 2.
I'm out. Because yeah, because I thought we were supposed to take them both, but we only needed to take one, and then yeah, he's out.
Would your character have known that though, Engel?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to metagame. Like I said, I don't want to metagame. I'm trying to be honest here, because the entire time I was saying I'll take the 2 potions.
Okay.
I didn't realize. Yeah. So.
Okay. Because I was gonna say again, in game, it's only been like 2 days or something like that since you guys were in the school. So as opposed
I know. It's just when we were there, like I said, and we were taking the potions. I purposely was saying I took 2 potions. I didn't know myself, but I also physically said it.
No worries.
So
no worries. Well, I think with 2 left, we might need to share up.
Yeah.
I think half a bite from one, half a bite from the other, and then I think would be okay.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Not eating it immediately upon teleporting.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
All right, then. The prince kind of turns around and kind of repeats everything that was just said about the time frame for everything and blah, blah, blah. And turns back. Okay. Where will we see you again?
Later, after the bonding, you mean?
Yes.
I think we'll
I'd
come back, right? Or you'll come back.
We can go pick them up at dawn. Or do we just want to trust them with the code to our realm? Looking at Lord Bram here.
Lord Bram kind of like looks a little squeamish.
We'll come pick you up at dawn, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
he kind of turns to the prince. So you said your troops can go faster than boats. Is it possible for us to... I hate to ask this. Is it possible for you to carry a few of our companions? What is carry? He kind of looks over at Engel and Locke. You guys are better at this
I
than
make a motion like the hold, like I kind of motion the Locke to like jump on my back so I can show him like carry,
Locke?
I guess I jump on Engel's back.
Okay.
You know, carry. You know.
That's tall elf on a short dwarf's shoulders.
He looks over. He turns back and sees you all look at the king, and the king's just kind of like his head is like tilted, like, what are you doing? And he responds, he says this is acceptable.
Okay. I'll say, Locke, it's either you jump on my back, which is easier, or me jumping on your back, which is going to cause us both to fall.
I guess, yeah. I'm just imagining the image.
Because I can't jump high, and I'm really sturdy, and I don't think you can necessarily handle a whole 300-pound dwarf jumping on your back. Or, sorry, jumping at your, hitting you in the back.
Yeah, don't think that's Locke's specialty.
So will you be getting everyone? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys are getting everyone up there, and then you're teleporting. Are you teleporting to Kivik, or are you all going to arrive by water?
I think the air people are very fast in the air as well. I don't know if they're as fast as the water people are in the water. But if they are, I think it would be preferable to all go over land, quote unquote, because no one's actually on land, just because that way we don't run the risk of teleporting ourselves right in the middle of some enemy forces and being unprepared for them while they might be guarding the portal quite intently, just what we're getting into.
I mean, it would be nice if we could teleport using that portal that they're using. Just teleport right into their ranks, like right behind them. But I don't think we know the portal code for that.
We don't know it. We could find it by trial and error, somewhat risky, and also, that would essentially leave us blind as to what we're getting into while they had time to prepare the area. I don't know how aware they are of the possibility that someone else might be using the portals, but I mean, they know we got to their realm, and at least they could know that we have the ability to use them if they thought about it.
Yeah,
they might be ready for us.
The only reason I'm asking about riding on the back is I've heard those portals, and you two would obviously know this, and I've mentioned it before, how there's that bright kind of spark of light that emanates as you guys are teleported. I mentioned it as well when you guys were traveling and you saw it in the distance. But it tends to draw some attention.
Yeah. I think it's best to go over water and through the air for those people that can, and then we've already talked to the School of Magic people, and they can go straight there through fireplaces. That's their plan. They would appear straight in Kivik itself or some surrounding areas where they can get a fireplace permission.
That works. All right, then. I guess let's take care of this bond.
I was looking through my spells while you were talking about it. What's the plan with the speaking things? Speaking potions?
You have 2 of them left, correct?
I have 2, yes.
So when the bond is taking place, we take a half bite each. So half goes to each of us. And then theoretically we should be able to talk for 30 minutes.
Do I need to give these to anyone? I'm sure I have to give one to you, Lord Bram, as I hand him one of my herbs for breathing underwater.
He accepts it.
Engel and Bernie, you guys still have one or need one?
Nope. Or I don't have one. I'm out. I don't know about Bernie.
Okay, then I'll give you one, Engel, and hope Bernie has one.
I think he
I have
does.
2 of those. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for Bernie. I don't know.
Yeah. I think he because I remember he was going to save one of the speaking ones, but then he gave it to the prince. So he's definitely out of the speaking ones, but I think he's got. Yeah,
Okay.
I think he's good.
All right, then. Now I can breathe. So, yeah, let's go then.
All right. So then the prince kind of pops up. Oh, swimming?
Right. Okay. Yeah, we can go watch you swim. That's across to the other side of the mountain. Still haven't looked into the magic school that is supposed to be under the mountain here.
This one right here, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
I mean, we can go hang out in Barumi, or we could ask the Lord if he wants to go ahead while we see if maybe we can find a way in there and get another party interested in fighting, perhaps.
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, no stairs here. I think, because this is the other version of the map, the stairs that you built aren't here.
Oh, yeah. Let me actually grab them then. Give me half a tick.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember there were stairs. That's right.
I made them.
All right, let's see. Grabbing. Yep, there they
The mountain
are.
respawned.
How am I gonna do this? Oh yeah, I know. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, heading back. Perfect. Oh. There we go. All right, excellent.
Cool.
Okay, as you guys arrive, the prince kind of mentions to his father, and his father kind of nods his head. Yep. And the prince turns around and just takes a swan dive. Zoom, and you see him just kind of fall off into the distance. And he swims out. Do like this. He swims out. Can you see the ball in the water?
Yeah.
Okay. He swims out, and you see him just swimming, just like speeding along.
Okay, I would estimate that was about 60 feet in each direction, so 20 feet. And how long did it take him to get from about there to? Well, I guess I estimated completely wrong, but I am gonna have to stick with it to like here. That first.
So you
pass
see,
was-
he's going like several times, I'd say, faster than boat. So I'd say like 2, 3, maybe 4 times faster.
Lord
2
Brown,
or
do
3
you
to be
know
safe.
how long a boat would take to get from here up to Kavik?
Whew, I'd say I'd have to look at the. Let me go over to. Where's that thing? I'm going over to world map real quick, just to make doubly sure. Oh, you guys do have the thing too.
Watch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys are right there. 1, 2, 3. I'd say by boat, it's 1, 2, 3 days to get up to Kivik. So if they're doing like multiple times faster, it would take you probably like within 1 day, not even, because they're flying.
Okay.
All right. All right.
They might need to take a short rest halfway there.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you want, you can actually. I mean, it's not much, but I'll reveal where you guys are on the map. There you go. You now have new access to right here.
On the world map?
Yeah.
Where's that? Oh, here, severed accords.
That's where we are now, right?
Yep, where I'm doing that ball.
Yeah, I see it. All right, I see it. It's
Mhm.
right here.
Yep.
Oh, right. We didn't have that yet when we were in Room War.
Yeah.
So now you're seeing it kind of a whole new. I'll have to put in Boglio too. I'll have to add that in there.
And I think we were in Argina. No, but I don't think we had the watch then.
No.
Okay.
Yep. So there's new part of the map.
I think based on the distance that we have from the city to Burumi, the this couple like here, around here.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
let's head back.
turn.
As you take some time and you kind of look back over, you see the prince is kind of waving his hand in the air as he's kind of swimming in place.
Give him a thumbs up.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay.
He's kind of waving and kind of like lifting his hands in the air, looking at you guys.
Is he below us at the foot of the cliff?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll lower the rope. How did we get him out last time? The rope, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think rope.
Okay. He grabs onto it and starts climbing up. Again, you see him store some of the water into a kind of throat pocket. How was that?
That's fast, yeah. We've been doing some estimating, and we think it's probably going to be about a day of swimming to get up there. Somewhere around
Okay.
there, plus resting.
Okay. Definitely might need to rest.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We have been carried by the air people from their palace to the portal. So how fast were they going, if I try to remember?
You can go ahead and make a survival check.
First roll of the game.
Or survival or nature.
Ooh. Sure. No.
You don't remember it being fast, but it seemed like it was more conversational and less rushing.
I do remember them being faster than us on 3 Eagles or something at the time.
Were we
Eagles are
Yeah.
Eagles are faster than a boat, so they can definitely fly faster than a boat, but that doesn't mean that they're as fast as the water people.
True. Are you saying this out
I
loud?
think Bernie was an eagle, not us. Bernie was.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct.
some of us were.
Are you speaking out loud?
Yeah, probably around Engel.
Okay. As you're speaking, the prince kind of mentions, well, we would need to rest somewhere along the route.
That's true, but then probably the same goes for the air people. They might also need to rest for such a long trip.
Is there anywhere we can take up some restful spot along the way?
In the ocean, there's tons of places. You've been in our ocean, so anywhere in there you can rest, honestly, because you don't necessarily need to come out of the water, right?
You do.
We
Well, not
passed
true,
by.
but I mean, we again, like that's.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could actually rest in the water, because if we don't have to deal with the whole portal removing spells thing, I can just ritual cast water breathing on all of us, and then we can stay there for up to 24 hours.
Exactly.
But Dolgo is kind of on the way as well. But I don't think they welcome outsiders, as far as I remember.
Maybe there's a shoreline along the way.
If you can find an island, yeah.
I mean, as we're traveling north, we'll be sticking to the shore for most of the way, and then in the last little bit, we'd have to cross a bit of a strait to get over to where Kiwik is. So I guess we can just rest before passing off the main island of Umor before crossing the strait.
Okay, on the shore then. I think we'll all be pretty tired and need to rest for a while.
Yeah. And I think as for the air people, I'll just let them know that we'll be taking off. Oh, we would kind of need to know how long they need to travel. They might need to start earlier.
True.
Okay. Well, I'll think about it a bit later when we're done with the whole bonding thing. I can think about how I could put that into 25 words.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
By the way, I do believe in everyone knowing, or at least the leaders of all the places knowing the codes to their own realms, so I am gonna show the king and let the prince know that I'm about to do that. Show the king the code to the water world.
Okay.
In case he doesn't know it.
Oh yeah, you should probably show him that.
The prince translates, and then the king, the king kind of steps over to get into a better view.
Then everyone hold their breaths. Get the herbs ready, not the sausages. Those are for later. Though I have all of those anyway, so no worries.
I'll grab my
Let's go.
herbs, make sure they're good.
The prince goes over and starts kind of like pulling you over so you're in front of the console.
Okay, let's go.
There you go.
Water
Okay.
plane.
All right, you hit the water plane, and let's hit it. With another bright flash of light, you're sent over to the plane of water. Let's see. Let's get people. Yes, Bernie's there. Beep, beep, beep. Where is everyone? Okay. Right there. There. Okay, as you cross over, you feel that kind of rush of water filling in and soaking through your clothes as you are now back in the plane of water.
I go ahead and take my herb so I don't die.
Okay. And Bernie does the same. Okay. At that moment... Oh, wait. Where is... Did I drop Lord Brom? I did not. Oh, boy. Lord Brom eats his as well. The prince kind of starts swimming, and... he starts swimming over to the temple.
We'll make our way there too.
Let's go. Oh, why am I burning? I forgot. I guess Engel's not flying or not swimming. It's just kind of on the ground.
Oh. Oh no, I just lost.
The game.
I just lost whoever I was just holding. And there's no way to find them. I don't know who I just picked up and threw, but they're somehow now lost in the water. Who's in front? Let's see. I see Locke. Ingo, can you stand in front of the thing?
I put my guy right next to Bernie. Boom, there he is. He's not swimming, but he's right next to Bernie.
Oh, I see. Okay. Swimming, so I guess I just threw Lord Brahm into the abyss, so he's there now. Okay. The prince kind of swims over in front, and I'll put on some lights. Pump. 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 Okay. And pump. He swims over in front of everyone, and he starts trying to speak. Blah, 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 blah. You see him kind of point at everyone of the non-fish persuasion and says, kind of like puts his both palms facing out, so facing in front of him, and kind of pumps forward, backward, takes two index fingers and points pretty much directly underneath him. Lord Brum kind of swims forward and kind of lowers himself down to angle, and the prince kind of like shakes his head yes. He swims down too, and you see him kind of like start motioning, and he puts, both of his hands one over the other, both palms facing up, so directly in front of his chest, and he kind of like starts raising his hands up, so like both palms are going towards the sky, and then he kind of like swims in place and points at all four of you again, and kind of like pretends to talk, just opening his mouth back and forth.
So I guess that's our cue to eat the sausage. So I'll take half the sausage and I'll give it the other half to Bernie, and I'll eat it.
As soon as he sees you take out the sausage, he swims over immediately and grabs your hands and kind of like tries to push your hands back into your pocket.
Okay, never mind. I'll put the sausage back in my pocket.
He goes over and he puts his hands, palms back up, one over the other, raises up, and then points to your pocket and like sticks his index finger out and pretends to eat his finger. Then he turns around and starts swimming forward. And
so he said, "Don't eat it," but then do eat it. Okay. I guess he wants us to go inside first, and then we'll do it.
You can't talk.
I know.
Okay.
No. This is me. This is me saying to you, like, this is me, like, internal monologue, so that way you
Okay.
know what's going on in his head. So that way, when I do something, it's not like, "Why'd you do that?" That's why. Yeah.
The king swims forward. The only thing that should be said is what you're doing.
Got you.
Okay. So Lord Brom swims forward. The prince is already out in front, side by side with his father. Bernie kind of comes over too. You see the father kind of start heading forward, and he touches his head down at the base of the statue, and you see his kind of long, lanky hands kind of reach up and place right above where his head is resting. And then he extends his arms outward as he lifts them up, and you see the eyes of this statue begin to glow. The sun quickly swims over, and as he's swimming in place, you see him do the same thing, and the eyes glow a little bit brighter. With one of the feet, he's keeping afloat with his right, and he extends his left towards you guys and kind of pulls some of the water forward.
I make the same motion.
A few of them swim forward. He again starts turning around, and as the lights in the eyes glow, the king and prince start swimming closer. The prince looks down at the ground alongside Locke and kind of just like points with his finger down. Lord Brom kind of like stands next to, and the prince kind of nods his head yes. Bernie swims forward. The prince nods yes. The prince looks over at Ingle.
Swim forward.
The king swims forward just a little bit where he's right in front of all four. And at this point, the prince goes to the ground. And you see him kind of like walking along the ground. You see a few of the pillars start spewing out some bubbles. The prince motions, his hand extended out, his palm facing down, and he points at all four, and he just starts lowering his hand.
Oh, lower to the ground, but I can't actually see
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Again, he motions yes. As the king steps forward, you see his hands start rising up in the air. His head tilts back, and out of nowhere, you just start seeing... You can't see his face, but you see something in front of his face starts glowing as he starts tilting his head back down toward the party. You see his eyes are glowing the same exact color. The prince comes forward, and palm up, he extends it towards Ingle.
I raise my palm.
He grabs your wrist and slowly guides you over to the king. Right there, yeah, that's where he guides you. The king turns over, and he starts speaking this native language. Blah 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 blah. The prince kind of swims over to you, looks you deep in the eyes, and says, blah 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 blah. He continues standing in front of you. He kind of swims a little bit closer, looking you dead in the eyes. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. He kind of nudges you, the prince. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, I eat half the sausage.
His eyes get big, and he looks at you one more time and slowly says it. Blah 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 blah.
I mimic a sound. Blah 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 blah.
The king continues as he begins extending his hand out. He touches your chest, and your eyes start glowing. The prince then floats over to Lord Brom and guides him as well. The king repeats his words. Blah, 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 blah. The prince repeats blah 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 blah, and Lord Brom blah 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 blah. Then Lord Brom's eyes lights up as well. He turns now to Bernie, and the same thing continues. Steps forward, repeats, and Bernie, mimics, eyes lighting up one more time. And he goes over to Locke and extends his arm out.
Yeah, let him lead me.
He goes over and brings you forward. The king repeats his same phrase, and the prince looks at you.
I try
Wow.
to imitate it.
Wah, wah, wah.
La, 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 la.
He extends his hand and touches your chest too, and your eyes light up. Just then, the prince kind of shakes his head at all of you, and you see the king, two palms facing up, one over the other, start raising it into the air. The prince kind of nudges Locke.
I raise my hands.
The prince looks over, extends his index finger, and bites his finger.
Oh, okay. I pull out a sausage and I hold it up and look at him.
And he kind of swims over and kind of motions halfway down the middle.
Okay. I eat half of it and I give my other half to, I guess, Bernie, who's next to me.
Bernie eats. And who has the one for Ingle and Lord Brom?
I have the one for Brom. I guess I'll ask Brom the other half that I didn't eat.
Okay. He eats it, and the ceremony continues. At this point, you see the prince swim over and grab some of the moss and swim back, kind of holding the moss in his hand. He looks at all four of you and kind of shakes the moss. He kind of goes over to Locke and pats down his pockets and shakes the moss. He swims over to... He nods his head.
Oh, I look over at Lord Bram. Lord Bram, the dirt that you brought.
Okay, Lord Brom takes it out, and the king takes it into his hand. You see him start slowly gripping to almost a pulverizing force. As he raises it up, he kind of returns his hands back to that cupping position, and he begins chanting. And then the prince looks at all four of you, and he begins kind of nudging Locke and saying the same chant as the king.
I try to imitate the chant.
Okay. He goes over and nudges the rest of you.
I imitate the chant as well.
Just then, your eyes go into this complete darkness, and you open your eyes once more and have returned to normal. The king turns back, bows once again on the base of the stone, and the eyes in the statue fade away. The prince swims to the front, nods his head, and kind of gives a weird thumbs up.
Right. Thank you. I guess you all will get your people ready, and then we'll see you tomorrow at dawn.
The prince kind of nods,
Okay.
and he swims back.
Until then, we kind of try to bow for...
As soon as you start bowing, the king goes down to his knees and puts his head back on the ground, Lord Brom steps forward and does the same kind of ritual as before, dropping to the ground, lowering his head.
I guess I copy whatever they're doing.
Bernie steps forward and does the same.
I do the same thing as well.
The prince follows suit, and all 6 of you are now bowing. And Lord Brom, the king, and the prince extend their arms straight out along the brick, palms down, and kind of grasp onto the moss and just kind of grab it out of its resting place and kind of just toss it into the air, the water above.
I follow the same, or I do the same motions.
Okay. Bernie follows suit.
Me too.
Okay. Just then, the prince steps forward and kind of like grasps onto each of you. And then he swims up and kind of points in the general direction of the teleport.
Right. See you soon.
Yeah. Am I going the right direction? Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going the right direction. Okay.
Okay. All 4 of you are back. Bernie. There we go.
Bernie, where are you?
As you reach the teleport, finally Lord Brom kind of speaks up. Well, now we're in it, boys. I hope the next day, I hope everything turns out for the best.
So the ritual is just for us to be able to to remove it in any other place except for where they got the soul from. In a nutshell, right?
Sorry, the where?
The ritual that
Mhm.
was just performed was just for us to forget and remove the codes for the
Not
water.
forget, but to remove.
Remove, yeah.
Yeah. So if you see it written, or if you see it, the numbers in succession, to remove those numbers.
Except
And
for
if
in the where the area where the soils came from, right?
yes, exactly, yeah. Mhm.
Got you. So while we're in like so setting while we're in our like uh manner, I think, right? Manner,
Mhm. Mhm.
we'll be fine looking at it. But it's just when we're not there is when it's not, or not in that city.
Yes. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Got you. Yeah, okay. I figured that was it. I just wanted to double check.
Mhm. Mhm. So no one around you can see the code, and nothing. Yeah, nothing can be written down or markings or anything like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I bring us back home.
All right. With that, you guys head back over with one last flash of light. You head straight over to Amor. Again, as you guys were swimming, you seem to drop down in place.
Ow.
Only a foot drop, though.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy. Why can't I spin? Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, perfect. You guys are now back in Wamore.
Yay. That was interesting.
Yeah. Well, we were talking earlier. I don't know if you heard Lord Bram, but there is another school of magic close by here. We might want to see if we can find the entrance to that before we join you in Barumi.
Okay.
If we can, that might be somebody else on our side. Maybe not, because unlike the other school, we didn't actively help them. So who knows? But I think it's worth a try.
Okay. Yeah. I will, I guess, meet you either at the King's Palace or in a tavern.
All right.
I think after everything that's gone through and happened, I could use some spirits to lift my spirits.
Cheers for the spirits.
Yeah. I guess we can at least walk down together.
Yeah.
Don't
Something
forget to
else we're
jump.
gonna have to remember to do while in Barumi, Engel, is pick up all those things that you guys left with the room that you rented in the sewers.
Oh.
Maybe leaving before you. The party left some things there.
It was probably before me.
Well,
I think
we'll
so,
have
yeah.
to see if we can convince the guy that we speak for them.
I mean, will we even know it's there though?
Yeah. Was that
Yeah.
Would that have been written down? That you guys
I
left
have,
stuff?
Yeah, I have a list of exactly what we left there.
Ah. So it was written in the book.
Yeah. It's the
Okay.
Azure Warhammer, broken chainmail, 8 boomerangs, 1 shell piece from the giant crab, and 12 javelins.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Oh, the Javelin Man.
That's right. Nim was there. How can you tell all
Nim
these
was
random ass
there.
javelins?
Yeah.
All these random javelins.
Yeah, and actually in the note
So-
it says javelins 12, 4 more on all round.
Oh, wow.
Funny.
So I will have to go back and see, or unless you have it in the notes, how many days you actually did like rent the rooms, because that might
Yeah,
it might
the
be
rooms
well
are definitely
past.
not rented anymore. For sure.
Yeah. So it'll definitely, you might have to buy some stuff. Like, okay, this was the room rent times how many days it's been just collecting dust. And then there's your stuff back. So just a heads up.
See what it costs, whether it's worth it or not. The Azure Warhammer might be worth it because we can definitely sell that for a lot if we can't use it ourselves. With the rest is cleaning.
I mean, I
And
think
Atreya.
each day was like 6 copper or something like that, and it hasn't. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe it was like
we'd have to
a
check, but I
month?
think we paid, not for per day, but per month.
Yeah,
It was
I
actually
have it in
like
my
a
notes.
rented room, not really just a hotel.
Yeah. So yeah, I have it in my notes. Times whatever. I don't think it should be that expensive. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? So here, let's actually. Where are you guys gonna start walking first?
Well, I guess with Bram up to the bridge, because that's the same way, and then we'll see if we can find the entrance there while he keeps on along the road.
Oh, you mean the bridge in front of Brumi?
No, the one right here in the forest where the hidden entrance is supposed to be.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so then let's just zip right there. Zip. Oh, Ernie. Yeah,
Ernie
dingbat.
jump out again.
Nah, just he was on top of the trees.
I got
Zip.
myself. Yeah.
All right, so then
Right.
here, let's cut the session here.
Okay.
Okay. Then let's put down our verbal notes again about the plan for next time.
Yes, please. So,
So we're not getting
Proceedings
drunk
first.
with the king.
First thing, Lord Bram continues on towards Barumi while we check for the entrance to the magic school around the bridge, see if we can find it. And if we can,
Okay.
we can see if we can get them as allies. I need to
Correct me if I'm
contact
wrong.
the
This is a
plane
clerical school, right?
it's
Clerics.
another one of the schools of magic. I don't remember what they specialize in.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry. Go ahead.
I need to contact the plane of air pretty soon to let them know that we're picking them up. Presumably tomorrow morning, that's when the water people are ready, but the water people take a day to travel, so I'll see if I can find some way of formulating my request so that they could answer when exactly they need to be picked up for that. It might be earlier already, they might need longer. If it's later, I think then we'll just start tomorrow morning altogether anyways.
why a day to travel?
Plus however long rest is, yeah. Travel time is about a day in the water.
Oh, you mean travel from? I got you. Travel from the
From
teleport
here
to.
yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant travel from the plane of water to. I see.
No.
Come on.
Yeah, but if the air people turn out to be much slower at traveling, then they might have to leave earlier already, and we catch up with them. But I don't think
Okay.
so. I think it's probably soon. And then once we've been to the magic school, we'll go meet up with Lord Bram in the city, and need to remember to visit 1, the bomb lady, and 2, that place that the old party rented out where they stored some stuff, including that warhammer, which is mainly what we would want back.
Hmm.
I think that's it for the moment.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right then.
Bye bye, YouTube.
There you go. Later.
Bye, YouTube.